Hello, welcome to the Raleigh-Durham International Airport, where I am waiting on a flight to Atlanta, Georgia for work. So I thought I would bust out the laptop and have a little conversation with my, I don't know, a dozen or so friends out there who still listen to the podcast. How are you? I am okay myself. Mixed bag. I think mostly improved over a year ago. Which is generally my method of rating my existence. I think if given any one snapshot in time, I would say I'm poor. But given a reference point of, one trip around the sun, I think I would say I am improved over a year ago. But yeah, I'm traveling. I traveled last week for work. I traveled 3 weeks ago for work. I am just traveling, and not exactly ideal, but it's for lots of different reasons, really. But yeah, I've talked about how I'm a creature of habit, of comfort. I'm a comfort creature. I'm a creature of habit. Creature comforts something. I don't know, but yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. Yeah, you know what? It's Sunday, August 21st, 2022. And as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. So yeah, it's been, I don't know, a month. Probably. Is this am I a 12 podcast a year kind of guy now? Maybe. I'm inconsistent at best. But here I am. I thought I'd get you all caught up on the goings-ons in JP's world and see if I can get a few of you to message me and force me into being social in some way. That would be great. Thanks. Yeah. So before I get too far, I wanted to mention my friend David. Everybody knows David, right? Good friend of the show. David, friend in real life. David has started his own fun little podcast, and it's a daily podcast. So if you want to listen to David daily, you can find him out there somewhere. Listen to David talk daily about you get a little insight into his brain matter about how he thinks and how he sees things, and it's interesting. It's a quick hitter, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, something like that. But I recommend it. So go check him out. See if you can find him. Again, if you want to listen to him daily, you can find David out there on the internet. So, but yeah. So how am I? What's been going on? Well, let's cover the running first. Running is horrible. Running is hard. Running sucks. I hate running, but I still do it. And, I've been, for a while now, I've been moaning and groaning about it's the heat. And we had a day last weekend that was, it was like 62. It was still quite humid, but not terrible. And my run was just awful. And I was disappointed, I guess, in that when I got up and I got to the trail and I thought, ooh, this might be a good run. This might be a keeper. And it just did not work out that way. Not even close. And so I don't know, I've still got the pains and the aches and the this and that, but the running is just harder than it was a year ago. Which, I'm getting older, sure. But I've been running for a year, right? And so I don't know. I don't know how to take it. I don't know what to think. It's troublesome for me. I've the diet thing isn't going so well, which is related to the travel thing. When I travel, I eat poorly because I spend all day being social with a trainee for the most part. When I travel, I'm training now. And, I've got to be sociable. I've got to be personable. I've got to interact. I've got to speak. I've got to listen and respond. And that takes a lot out of me. And like 8 hours of that. And, the last thing I want to do is think about interacting with somebody else to get food or anything. Really, I just want to get back into the hotel room and just veg out, right? Get in, take off my work clothes, put on my PJs, which are basically my PJs are like exercise gear of sorts. They're like Peloton shorts and like a tech shirt is what I sleep in. So it's not really pajamas. It's you could consider it kind of lounging around wear as well. And just order pizza on the computer through an app and not have to interact with anybody. COVID has brought us, contactless delivery. So I just wait and there's a knock on my door and I go to the door and there's food magically appears right there by my door. And that's how I want to do it. And then I get into this, well, the company pays me $30 a day for food, so shouldn't I take advantage of that? Like, wouldn't only a chump not take advantage of everything that was available to him? Which is, I get it, is illogical thinking, is poor thinking. But that's what I do. And I just eat. And, I'm filling holes, obviously, when I eat. And, yeah, I don't know. So working, traveling has not been good for my dieting, but it was poor, in the month that I didn't travel before that. So I can't blame it all on that. I have to take accountability for it. And I don't know why I just get into modes when I just want to eat. Like if we get pizza, with long runs being, my long run is Sunday and Nora's long run is Saturday. So Saturday we eat pizza because she's earned calories and I'm in quotes and air quotes, carb loading, fueling for my long run for Sunday. And I'll like get an extra breadsticks and eat that on the way home. Right? Like why do I need to do that? It's like, it's almost like I can do it. So I do it. And I don't know. I don't feel guilty about it. And I rarely feel any kind of reaction to anything. So I don't feel guilty. And intellectually, I know this is not the brightest idea, but I don't know. There's just something about it that, and so a couple different times I've been into different kind of inpatient programs, and I remember one, and there was this woman, and she was a binge eater, and she would, run to, or be at work, I guess, and be on her way home, and she'll stop and eat and get McDonald's, and she would get just an obscene amount of McDonald's and just eat most of it before she got home. And not that it matters, but this was not a person who clearly was consuming more calories than they should, right? She was still pretty young, so she was still, burning a lot of calories, just existing, and faster metabolism and things like that. So it wouldn't be obvious to someone that here's someone who maybe has a problem with caloric intake. So she was carrying this all on her own, right? It was completely a secret, right? Like, I mean, her back seat was filled with Big Mac wrappers. Big Mac? Is that McDonald's? I think so. Or whatever. But she would just carry this around with herself. And, I've probably gained a few pounds, over the past couple months, maybe more than a few, I don't know. But I don't know that you look at me and say, "Ooh, there's a guy who's eating a whole order of breadsticks on his way home from Papa John's," right? So where am I going with this? I don't know. There's just a stream of consciousness. I feel like I need to keep talking because there's ambient noise here in the airport, and people keep looking at me sitting over here with a microphone in my hand, and I just feel like I need to drown out the things that are going on around me. So I'm speaking. I'm speaking the words that you are hearing. So yeah, so there's that, and there's been a few times when I've like, hey, more bread. I just want to eat some bread. And the way that sounds good, and all that. So I'm clearly in the let's eat food JP stage of the year, the calendar. We'll say it. I can't equate it to every July and August, but whatever. So that's something that's going on. Like I'm aware that I should be eating better. I'm aware that I'm not eating better. But like I think I just still rationalize it a little bit that I can overcome this. I can run a little bit longer. I'll just eat less tomorrow. And whatever. So I don't know. Nora's been she's lost a lot of weight in the past year. She's done a really great job, and I'm really proud of her, and she's a superstar. And but she gets these meals that she eats, usually like one for lunch, one for dinner, and they're portioned out, and they're easy to track. She's big on tracking macros and things like that, and so it's really convenient for her to have these meals. They're quick to heat and eat, and they seem to be quite good. It's not like go to the grocery store and get a lean cuisine, right? I don't get it exactly. Clean Eats, maybe cleaneats.com. Maybe that's who they are. But like I've thought about, maybe I need to get her to just get those for me as well. I don't know. Food. I just want the food and the carbs. And even right now, like I'm not hungry right now, but I'm thinking, hey, when I get to Atlanta and I get to the hotel, I bet I could get some pizza. The company would pay like $20 for today, partial travel day. And I'm already thinking about the carbs and calories that I'm going to eat later today. Because I've earned it, right? I've earned it. I've closed my rings for the day, so I've earned a little something. But okay, enough about the eating, and I touched on the running a little bit. But so I've got this. I do have a half marathon coming up in a month. I think a month from this weekend in Cape Cod. So kind of like a destination getaway kind of half marathon. And I don't know if I'll be ready for it. I think I should be, but who knows? I'm bringing my high school senior, no longer a graduated senior, up to Michigan State. She's elected to go to my alma mater. And so we're taking her up there this coming Friday. And so that's a fun thing. And Nora has taken her oldest off to college. Well, she's a little emotional about it, and not as much as she expected she might be, but still. And I'm still just hey, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, or what she wants to do, which is, if it's what she wants to do, is what she should be doing. And so growing up, going to do grown-up things, more grown-up things, halfway grown-up things, going to college, I don't know which is that. I'm not proud of that fact. I don't generally have emotional responses to things. But, something from a long time ago that I decided that I don't tell my girls that I'm proud of them, because to me that takes some of the I don't know what to say. It takes some of the responsibility for what I'm proud of for myself. right? Like I tell them I'm impressed by them. I think they're good people. I think they're intelligent. I think they're kind. But mostly so instead of being I'm proud of you, I'm impressed by you. And I think I like that phrase better. And so I'm impressed by her, the way she has taken on the responsibilities of getting herself to school and the things that she's done and how she's growing up and maturing. And, one of these days she's going to have a whole life all for herself. And I am going to be impressed by that, about the person that she has chosen to become. Right? There's only so much of me and her mom in her, and the rest is choices that she makes. Anyway, so that's happening. Going to Michigan State, good for her. And another thing, so she's 18, so I've got one more. I've got the Ja in Jamulki, and 2 more years. And when she hits 18, then I might be able to speak on my girls by their names, which would be fun. So look forward to that if I'm still doing this in 2 years, if you're still listening in 2 years. But yeah, so that's going on. Work is still work, it's fine. I've supposed to be doing more training, and I'm doing more training, and there's still talk about getting me into a full-time salaried trainer position, but that's still just like last time I talked about it, and nothing has happened. So I just keep doing my thing. Things have been a little hectic up north in Michigan for Mom and my brother, and they're selling the house, and she's moved out. She's an independent facility, and so there's a lot going on with that. And I wish that I could be more a part of that to help out, but there's only so much I can do, being 1,200 miles away or whatever it is. So yeah, and again, but I don't feel anything for that. Right? So here's the thing. Here's the one thing. Okay, here's one thing that I do feel, that intrusive thought-ish kind of stuff. And that's my girl going up to Michigan State and being on a great big campus as a petite, fashionable, pretty young girl, and all the jerks who are out there. And every now and then I get that kind of intrusive thought that, well, what if something happens to her? And like, I won't be there to protect her, right? Her mom isn't there to protect her, right? And I guess that's all part of growing up and whatever. But so I get that intrusive thought, and I feel that little pit in my stomach or somewhere, my diaphragm or something. And yeah, so I there's something I feel. There's that. So woohoo for feelings. But and I wonder like, I'm not alone in having these thoughts, right? I'm not the first dad who's had these worries, but like, I wonder if, because historically, at least recent historically, as far back as my memory takes me, I haven't had to deal with kind of anxiety-ridden thoughts and feelings and whatever. Like, I don't have practice doing it, so I don't know what it should feel like and what I should do with that feeling, and how do I move past it, right? Like, I try to be thoughtful about it. And so, like, we had the talk last time she was here. They were here just last weekend, and we had the talk, like, hey, you know what, you're going to make friends, you're going to go to parties. When you're at a party, do not accept a drink from somebody. If you're going to have a drink, you go and you get it yourself, you pour it yourself or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I know all that. Well, she knows, she's a smart kid. She's gonna do everything she needs to be safe, and I know that. but still I just sometimes at 8:15 when I'm laying in bed waiting for my sleepy time medicine to kick in, like that idea pops in my head. Like I think I see her, because I went to Michigan State, so I can think about some of the streets or places she might go, and I'm sure I'm going to be blown away by how different everything looks up there. But I can think about her walking, back from Hubbard Hall or whatever, and she's got to walk down the street to her dorm, or maybe she gets a job at the bookstore and she has to, she works till 9 and then has to walk home in the dark, and it just it gets me, and but then it goes away, and in another 48 to 72 hours, I'm sure it'll get me again, and I'll be worried about it, but I don't know. So there's that. That's exciting, right? What else is going on? So you just don't feel bad that I haven't put out podcasts to you regularly. I've fallen off on the TikTok thing as well. So, don't feel neglected. You Mr. or Miss podcast listener. But yeah, summer is almost over, and we say that, right? It's the end of August. Kids are going back to school. Summer's almost over, but I mean, really, here in Raleigh, there's another month and a half of too hot temperatures, right? But summer's coming to a close. It's going to be the one at the end of the summer, Labor Day. Is it Labor Day, Memorial Day before summer, and Labor Day after summer? So yeah, life just keeps ticking by, and sometimes I look back and I wonder what I have to show for it. And even though if I think about this year, it's been a decent year. I mean, right? I took a really nice vacation with David, who does this podcast daily, and his lovely and talented wife. And and Nora and I went. We had a good time, and I ran a marathon. I completed a marathon. I went skydiving. Done a couple other races. I've got 2 more races yet to go. I'm bringing a kid up to college. It's been an eventful year, but per the usual, I don't feel accomplished from any of it. And I wonder if that lack of feeling accomplished could be related to the carb eating at times. Like if I could somehow feel fulfilled, like say, look, I did that. I jumped out of an airplane. I did that. Then maybe I wouldn't feel the need to fill myself up with yeasty products. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know how to change that. And Nora and I were talking today, and we were talking about positive reinforcements. What the heck was it? What were we saying? But somehow, like she was going to influence me through positive reinforcements. And I said, that's not going to work, because I systematically reject enforcements of positive things. So reinforcing them isn't going to do any good, right? Like if someone says something positive to me, I just defer that, or I deny it, or I take away, I belittle it, right? So like how do I do that for myself? I can't even open the door. I can't crack the door enough to let someone else say, hey, you did that. That's pretty cool. Or way to go. Like, no. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I just don't know. But I've been yammering now for 25 minutes. Oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about. So I was traveling last week. I traveled Sunday through Thursday. and I was driving back Thursday, and I had scheduled a therapist appointment, and it was during the drive back home. So, she's not too happy if I'm driving while doing therapy, but whatever, that's what I'm going to do. It's a video thing. So, and I keep the video off, and I tell her, cause I may or may not be driving, and plausible deniability, whatever. And it got to be about time. It was like 3:45, and I'm driving and whatever. And I didn't want to do it. And so I didn't do it. So I totally blew her off. And like, I guess part of me is must feel something about it, because now I'm in this quandary of, what do I do? Like, I haven't reached out to her to say anything about it. And like, I don't know that I have more sessions scheduled, right? It's a weird thing that we don't have regularly scheduled sessions. And so I have to schedule more. And if I schedule another one, like, what do I say? Like, do I say, I just didn't feel like it, so I blew you off? Like, that's rude, right? I mean, that's, not only is that irresponsible, it's rude. I just wasted her time. And, I don't know. Or do I just not schedule anymore and move on? Like, I mean, lately I've been wondering, like, what do I get out of therapy right now? Because, I mean, I'm not in there's lots, don't get me wrong, there's lots that I need to work on for me to be emotionally and mentally healthier. But, I don't know what, like, we're not working on anything. We're just kind of talking about what's going on. And, I don't know what direction I want to go in with therapy right now. Because maybe that's the answer. Maybe I need to take a break, but then, I mean, Nora's not going to go for that. Right. So I don't know what to do with that. But, yeah, I mean, right now at the Raleigh-Durham International Airport by gate D8, with people looking at me with a microphone in my hand, I'm going to take a break from therapy, but that might change in the next 5 minutes or so. We'll see. That's it. I've yammered on long enough. That's enough. Thank you all. If you're still listening, thank you for continuing to listen to this episode, much less be subscribed and listen to all the episodes. You can find me on Facebook. Hang on, there's an announcement going on. If you're going to Newark, it's time to board the plane. So, yeah, I was going to say facebook.com/Jamolki, jamolki@gmail.com. JAMOALKI, or you can text me in the US 248-648-1419, worldwide on WhatsApp +1 248-648-1419. So get a hold of me, say, hey, you better write back to me, or I'm gonna call you a stinky face or something, and whatever. Do that. That'll be fun. Yeah, I want to see at least one message calling me a stinky face. Please and thanks. So until next time, everybody, thanks for listening. Be safe and be well.